Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you could see it and you could purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing one of my favorite independents. Based in Belgium, but building in Switzerland, Ressence produces about 400 to 500 watches a year in a good year. Therefore, these watches are always scarce and because of their design, they are always special. 42mm in grade 5 titanium you can see on my 16cm circumference wrist. This is the Ressence Type 1R, R for Ruthenium. Ruthenium on the dial, titanium on the case, and wonderfully slim at only 11.9mm thick, despite the fact that this is a modular complication. Lug-to-lug it's 49mm, but it's not a conventional 49 because the wire lugs drape down over the wrist and really exist only to hang the strap. I can recommend this watch for a wrist as small as 13.5cm in circumference. Again, my wrist is 16. The spacing of the strap is 20mm, and it's a lovely strap. As you can see, it is a sort of anthracite gray, large rectangular scale alligator leather to match the case and the dial, and you can see it features a thick construction with sheer sides, and the matte finish of the gator is nicely keyed to the finish of the case. Note it's gator on both sides, like you'll find on LU Chopard models, FP Journe, and increasingly high-end independents like de Bethune. You can see that there are thoughtful little contrasting stitches inside the minder loops. Ressence is all about innovative design and thoughtful details. How thoughtful? Well, take a look at this. The pin inside the buckle features the Ressence hand logo, and inside the counterweighted Clevis-style aviation-inspired buckle, there is a little revetment for that pin in the buckle. That too is made of titanium grade 5. Now jump into the case, you can see that it's quite simple. It's polished in profile. I'll get my fingerprints off it so you can enjoy it to its fullest extent. But grade 5 titanium is feather light. It's also harder than conventional 316 steel, so it manages to be quite scratch resistant. You can see the lugs are wire style, a bit like a wire lug Panerai Rodimer. That's the aesthetic, that's what I'm reading. And you can see that the watch is also well shielded. As scratch resistant as grade 5 tie is, most of the top of the watch is a domed box section sapphire that's going to deflect almost all blows. So if you're not inclined to shatter or chip sapphires, you may never put a mark on this watch. Questions need to be answered on the dial side, and I can answer them. What you're looking at is a regulator with a planetary style display. So let's revert to the top of the hour. Now what you're looking at is 5 a.m. Your minutes radially arrayed, you've got a constant seconds runner, you've got an hour display, and then you have a little display that corresponds to the days of the week, and it moves in a clockwise direction. So you can see those two shaded days are your Saturday and your Sunday, and you can see right now we're in Thursday. How do I know it's 5 a.m.? Well, you can see that the indicator is in the first half of the arc that represents the day. It's not a jumper, it's a crawler. So if you see the indicator in the first half of the arc, you know that you're looking, for example, at 5 a.m. rather than 5 p.m. Now, of course, it is a fun dial to watch because everything moves so quickly and so unusual in its form and function. It's easy to read, it's intuitive, it's different, and it's wonderful because the timepiece does feature a lot of manufacturer watchmaking underneath this display to make all of that happen. The actual displays themselves are little discs made of what's normally called German silver on a longa or nickel copper zinc, and it's then ruthenium coated with a circular concentric brushing, and you can see it outboard and inboard of the displays, and there's a separate brushed pattern as you can see for the individual registers chapter rings. So this is a lovely look and it's fully loomed. Now underneath the case back, which features the 2017 and forward lever system, you have a ETA 28242. So the 28242 is a system that basically acts as the tractor for the movement itself. 38-hour power reserve, bidirectional winding, 25 joules, 36-hour power reserve. It cuts down a bit because of the module. The 4 Hz beat rate, and it is tank tough. The bidirectional winding means you'll hardly ever hear it. Now you can wind it manually. There is I would say it's about a 15 to 20 degree arc of the 360 degrees of the case back where you engage a sort of gritty feeling, and when you can hear it. When you feel that, you know that you're in the winding zone to manually wind the watch. Otherwise, it can wind itself, and then you see you have the ability to set it to any time of day. There is no quick way to cycle through these functions, so you will be turning a little bit if you're a couple of hours at variance with the actual time. Now, I was talking about manufactured watchmaking. What do I mean? Well, the Ressence Orbital Convex System module consists of 15 jewels and 107 pieces. It is proprietary to the brand, and it's actually linked to the base caliber through a magnetic coupling with shielding built in to protect the hairspring of the base caliber from the coupling magnets. It is a remarkably sophisticated system, and just to clarify, this watch, which is wonderfully slim at under 12 millimeters, is not one of the oil-filled dials. The oil-filled dials come on the Type 3 and on the Type 5 dive watch. You can see the case back is simple, and it has a little bit of a key that explains how you set and you wind the timepiece, but it's really thought-free, intuitive. Once you've owned it for a few minutes, you'll already understand how to read it and set it and wind it and enjoy it. 10 meters water resistant, it's not an aquatic watch, but on the other hand, it is a wonderful everyday, all attire timepiece. It can dress up and it can dress down, and it comes from a fun independent. See it and make it yours on the Watchbox. Ressence Type 1 Ruthenium.